with Soul Cavern. We're playing some Dragon Age Veilguard. We're in the middle of a boss fight here because my internet shut down for some reason. And yes, I know before this gets going, this is a hot topic right now, and I feel like somebody needs to be telling the truth because nobody is, and it's absolute BS. It's absolute BS that there's only one narrative spinning on this game, and it's just a complete total lie. So yes, I know I'm ugly. My teeth are messed up. I have terrible lighting. I'd have a crappy, 12-year-old camera. I don't care. What I do care about is video games, and video games getting better for a good reason, or video games getting canceled for a bad reason or for a lie. And it's what I'm seeing right now is so bad for video games, like just as a whole. It's it's really disgusting what's going on right now. So just follow this line of logic. Just just bear with me for 1 minute, and I promise you, I'll be done talking, and you can watch the gameplay and make your mind up for yourself. Um, but just follow along with this logic. So Spazmongold, that's not his real name. I'm adding a SP at the beginning of that. It's not actually Spazmongold, but I'm calling him Spazmongold for reasons so that I don't know. I don't know if I'm allowed to use his name without his permission or not. I don't know how this stuff works. So I'm just gonna call him Spazmongold for now. I think everybody knows who I'm talking about. He has videos. One video in particular has 4 million views. That's one content creator with 4 million views. And let me tell you what, he has more people than that actually watching him. So let's just say 4 million is the light end of the amount of people he's actually what's the word I'm looking for here? I'm not used to talking, but so 4 million's on the light end of the amount of people that he can influence is a good way of putting it. I would rather say manipulate because I think he's being facetious. I think he's purposely misrepresenting this game. And at this point, I think it's pretty clear that he is. But just to follow along on this train of thought first. So he's got 4 million people on the light end because he also has Twitch and he also has Twitter. I don't know if he has Instagram or not, but that's one YouTube video. So go ahead and tack on a couple more million for Twitch, a couple more million on Twitter. I don't think he's doing anything but tweeting, but either way, um, then there's other content creators that follow his lead because they see, Spazmongold's making money spinning this narrative. We can ride the coattails of that. We can hop on that wave, ride that momentum, and we can go ahead and say the same damn thing. And, as long as somebody that's more popular than us is saying something, we can't really, we can just hop that wave. And the momentum just keeps gaining and gaining and gaining and gaining until, let's go ahead and say, oh, I don't know, maybe 20 million people are listening to these idiots. Maybe 30 million. Who knows how many actual people are listening to these people? Because I can tell you one thing. I consider myself to be pretty strong minded. I don't really listen to what other people say. I don't care what other people say and think. Um, but I did watch his Dragon Age Veilguard video, and I did think that's pretty. Well, I mean, he's showing a lot of the game, and it looks like it's pretty bad. So I didn't buy the game when it first came out. So that's $70 that this game lost that it would have had were it not for Spazmongold's video. So what I'm trying to say is it's pretty easy to follow the logic that one person, or let's just say a half a dozen, 6 content creators say the same thing. you can add those numbers up pretty quick. They add up pretty damn quick. That adds up to, Spazmongold has 4, another guy has 2, another guy has 2, another guy has 1. We're getting up towards 10, 12, 15 million people easily. That's the light end of the overall reach of this momentum that has been gained, this negative momentum that has been gained all in the name of anti-woke. And this is the problem, is that it's misrepresenting this game. 100% misrepresenting this game. Well, I'll say 99% misrepresenting this game, because there is a path that you can choose where you can listen to that crap. There is. You can do that. If you want to, you can hear it. You can listen to it. You can go through it. Whatever. Do I think it should be in the game? No. Do I take points off of the game for having it in the game? Yes, I do. I don't like it. It's not something that I think makes the game better. So therefore, I don't want. Here's the problem with the woke agenda that they try to weave into the game. And in fairness to the developers, it's a choice. These are dialogue options. You don't have to choose them. And that's why Spazmongold is misrepresenting the game, because he's purposely choosing these dialogue options and putting it out in front of millions of people and saying, look at the woke idiots. Look how stupid they are and how terrible this dialogue is. You can choose the dialogue options that you want. It's a game based off of choice. It just drives me absolutely crazy that nobody's calling him out for how much of a liar he is, other than a few complete whack jobs that are on the far left that do sound crazy. Listen, this game does have that stuff in it if you choose those dialogue options. I've been playing for almost 60 hours. I've had 2 sentences that I had to listen to from Tosh, the worst character in any video game I've ever seen, in fairness to Spazmongold. But 2 sentences out of that character's mouth that I didn't want to hear, that I had to hear, and in my opinion, not that big of a deal 60 hours into a game. No, not that big of a deal. Is the character still stupid? Yes. Is the character annoying? Yes. Do you have to interact with her that much? No, you don't. You can completely choose to not do her story arc. As far as I'm aware right now, you don't have to do much with her. And you especially don't have to go down those dialogue options. So the woke, the anti-woke wave that Spazmongold is riding, this social momentum in the country. Let's be honest here. This guy is not the most masculine of human beings. He's bald. He's about 6 foot, 6'1", 6'2", something like that. Weighs about 160 pounds at most, maybe 140 more realistically. I've never seen him actually look. I just can't imagine him being masculine in any possible way. The guy is basically a woman. I mean, he's got long hair. He's not to be nasty to him, but I mean, let's just be honest here. The guy is not an anti-woke representative in earnest. He's doing it to get likes and clicks and follows and money. He's doing it for money. He's not doing it because he's genuine. He's literally doing it for money. And I can tell you, there's a trail of breadcrumbs that you can go down if you wish. That's not what this video is about, but I need to show a little bit, I need to explain a little bit of how much of a liar he is so that people can understand where I'm coming from here. This game really opened my eyes to how much of a liar Spazmongold is, and in association, the other streamers that are saying the same things. I'm singling him out because he has the largest following of the people that I'm aware of, and he's the most egregious of the people. so far. Um, and he'll glaze all over Baldur's Gate. Meanwhile, Baldur's Gate has the most gay interaction that you could possibly have, and you can't get away from it. You can't not choose the dialogue options. That gay vampire on Baldur's Gate 3 is going to try to sleep with you. He's going to hit on you, and he's going to try to sleep with everybody around you the entire game. Now, I didn't play the whole game, so I'll say for at least the first 20 hours of the game, he's trying to hit on you, he's trying to sleep with you, he's trying to sleep with other guys, he's flirting and flirting and flirting with other guys the whole 20 hours. Every time you go to camp, you have to hear it. While you're in combat, you have to hear little whatever, little voice lines that go off. Completely gay character, openly in your face gay character. This game doesn't have any of that. It doesn't have any of that unless you choose to go down that road. So I was getting at, oh yeah, so the trail of breadcrumbs that you can follow, if that you can go down if you want. Spazmongold, you would have to go through a lot of his videos to get some of this, but I'm going to take a really easy example for you. So Spazmongold says that he's all about free speech. It's extremely important. That's one of the reasons he's supporting Trump. He likes Trump. He voted for Trump or whatever. I don't know if he actually did or not, but he talks a lot about how much free speech is important and how it's a good thing Donald Trump is fighting for it. And I agree with that. 100% I agree with that. I get shadow banned. This video probably won't ever get seen because I'm so shadow banned. Because I speak my mind. Because I think it's important that people are genuine to who they are and they speak their mind. Now, there's a time and a place for everything. I shouldn't get on camera. I shouldn't get on a microphone that's being broadcasted to someplace and scream the N-word. That would be ignorant. So obviously there are some exceptions to what free speech actually means in our country. You know, I can't just go around threatening people with violence. I can't go around making terroristic threats. I can't, there is a limit to it. But Spazmongold preaches how important freedom of speech is. And anybody, and I mean if anybody comes up with a logical argument that actually makes sense, that goes against his points of view, he shuts them down in chat and bans them forever. Now you tell me how that is a staunch supporter of freedom of speech. Come on, man. Come on, man. You're such a phony. You're such a fake. So that was one of the things that sort of opened my mind to how much of a fake phony he is the glazing of Baldur's Gate 3, smashing this game, just completely demolishing this game with his criticisms. Some of them fair, most of them unfair. But just the complete opposite ends of the spectrum. You would think Baldur's Gate 3 is the greatest game. Snooze Fest combat. The story is a lot easier to do because it's in a universe that's already exists through hundreds of writers. The Forgotten Realms universe. That's where Baldur's Gate exists. It's a video game made off of a universe of books that are written. So it's already existing material that they can pull from. So of course the story is going to be a lot easier for them to write, but it's not that much better than the storyline of Dragon Age Origins, which, as far as I'm aware, does not have a whole universe of writers. They have to come up with it on their own. And to be honest, the storyline for Dragon Age for Veilguard is basically the same damn story as all the rest of the Dragon Ages, so I don't see why it's so bad. Where you can say the game is bad is the dialogue that's written for certain characters is pretty bad. A lot of the puzzles are fairly simple. The combat is a little watered down. Not much, but a little bit. Um, but that's it. That I would say that is it, except for one thing, and it is the character of Tosh. This is a very unfortunate thing that I have to agree with Spazmongold on. And the character of Tosh is an absolute horrifically bad character. They could have made her. Do I have to keep playing this? Of course. My internet shut off right in the middle of this, so I had to restart the video, and I can't go through and show you because again, I don't have editing. You know, hit the like, follow, and subscribe if you agree with me, or if you don't agree with me, hit the like, follow, and subscribe buttons, and then get in the comments and tell me how stupid I am. I don't, whatever. You have freedom of speech here. You can talk to me however you like, as long as it follows, as long as it's within the Twitch uh, guidelines or YouTube guidelines. I don't care. I'm not going to ban anybody. I'm not going to be an actual uh, two-faced contrarian. But, where was I? Oh, damn it, I lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah, Tosh. She's awful. She's awful. I do agree, she's awful. And that character really does come close to ruining this game. If it was a character if it was a character you had to interact with more often, she would ruin the game. There would be no doubt about it. But you don't have to. You don't. So who cares about her then? But it's a missed opportunity at the very least because they could have. She's an Antom, I think is what they're called, with the dragon horns. They could have made a character that's a big, bulky, awesome, cool character that breathes fire and dual wields axes and just jumps in and just berserks. And it could have been an awesome character. Instead, it's a character I don't even play with on my team unless I have to because she's too annoying to listen to. So, Timmy, stop growling, or you're gonna lose your window. Do you want to lose your window? So, this is what I propose. I propose that Spazmongold makes a video in which he apologizes for misrepresenting the game, and he may have done it on accident. He may have done it purposely, but either way, he should apologize because everything that he shows in that game is a complete, total misrepresentation of the game. Um, and I'll be honest, I'm not too sold on how awesome the combat is for the tank, but this game feels like it would be way better for the assassin or rogue character or the mage character. Um, Unfortunately, I picked tank, and it does seem a little watered down, especially if you go my route with the sword and shield. It's not as fun as it could be, but there's a lot of interactions with the characters that you can do, and when you jack that difficulty up, you have to start doing a lot of different things to really win fights. Um, Now, and it's a very difficult game when you jack the difficulty up. The boss fights are really awesome so far. The boss fights have been pretty fun. Some of the regular enemies are kind of getting boring at this point. 60 hours in, I'm kind of tired of slaughtering little guys that just run at you. They're just fodder, basically. But they serve a purpose for me. They give me easy deflex, so then I can get into my fire damage buff, and then I can get into hitting combos that do more damage to armor. So it does serve a purpose. But with that being said, I think Spazmogold needs to apologize. This game does not force a social agenda down your throat. If two sentences is all you're going to have to hear in 60 hours of gameplay, he's literally misrepresenting the game. Because I don't think he's played through over 60 hours of true gameplay. He keeps saying it every time he makes a video about it. I have 160 hours in on the game, and most of that is because I leave the game running. Okay, dude. Liar. I want to know how much time you have played on Baldur's Gate 3, the greatest game ever, because I guarantee you the dude didn't play through that whole game. I guarantee you there's not a chance in hell he played through that whole game. If he did, I apologize, but I doubt it. I really doubt it. It's too boring of a game to play. So, either way, he needs to apologize because here's what happens, and this is where it all comes to a head. This is the actual point of what I'm trying to say, and this is what everybody should be worried about. It's not just one guy saying what he wants to say. Who cares? Who cares? I don't care. But what I do care about is that he manipulated so many people with his words and ruined this game before it even had a chance. Before it even had a chance. How many millions of people didn't buy this game because of him? And then he sits there with this smug face on his thumbnails and says, I'm not ever gonna stop. Dragon Age is even worse than I thought it would be. It's because of you, you absolute toolbag. Not just him, other people like him, but he's the biggest culprit as far as I'm concerned. Maybe there's someone else with a bigger following that says worse things. I doubt it, but it could be true. But this guy has single-handedly turned away at least a few million, at the very, very least, a few million of people. You times $70 times a few million, and that's enough to hurt a company, man. That's enough to hurt a company badly. So then, this weird person that's the head of the studio leaves. Whatever. Maybe she should have left. Anyways, he or she, I don't care. Whatever he or she is, I'm not sure. So I'm not saying what he or she would want to be referred to as because I don't know. But it's a chick with long hair, but people are saying it's a dude. I don't know. It looked like a chick to me, sounded like a chick to me, so I just call her she. She looks like she got fired. But here's the problem, is that the studio might get shut down. Then what happens? We don't get another Dragon Age? This is a franchise I love. This is a franchise I want to play. I've played, and after I played through this, I like this goddamn game, man. And is it the greatest game I've ever played? No. I, to be perfectly honest, I think every single action RPG should be like either, if it's the style of Diablo, it should be like Path of Exile, or if it's the style of Dark Souls, it should be more like Dark Souls. It should be co-op. You should be able to play through multiple times, and you should be able to enjoy the game with friends. And I think if you have an action RPG that doesn't have co-op, the game just automatically isn't as good as it could be. So that's my own personal opinion, and those are the reasons why I bring this game down from a good score, is for those reasons, and those are real reasons. Those are good reasons that we should talk about. This is something that this is constructive criticism that the company could actually take in, understand, and then go forward with the game because they had at least somewhat success with the game, because it deserves somewhat success. Does it deserve to be a smashing hit? Absolutely not. It's not a smashing hit. But does it deserve to get people fired, to get people this and that, and now the company might close down and we never get another Dragon Age? No, it's not that bad. It's not even close to that bad. It's not even close to that bad. It's not even close to as bad as what this Assassin's Creed looks like it's gonna be. It doesn't look anywhere near that bad. So, I know there's nothing to watch in the background. You're just listening to me ramble on right now. If anybody even gets to watch this, which probably won't happen, but you've got to make noise. You've got to make noise for the right reasons. You have to start taking these things seriously because they have real repercussions in the world. You're not just online saying something to be a troll and it just, whatever, I can forget it now. You're a part of society. And you're going to ruin things with your words if you say them in the right places. Spazmongold needs to understand this and appreciate this and stop what he's doing. And he needs to apologize to the rest of the people at the studio that didn't have anything to do with the social agenda and actually made a fun game. He needs to apologize to them because he might have ruined their job. He might have ruined their future in the business. And that's unfortunate. And that's a real consequence that this guy will never apologize for. And he's a bad person because of it. And yes, I'm coming out and saying it. If he doesn't apologize to the people that didn't have anything to do with that Tosh character or the social agenda in the game, he's a bad person. And god damn it, that's my actual true thoughts. And that's my actual true thoughts coming from a person that is also anti-woke. I think the woke community is absolutely retarded. 100%. So, you know, I think it's too small of a portion of the community to actually care and put resources into a video game to address those people and to appease those people. It's just, why spend the money doing that when it's such a small portion of the population? You just gotta make the games for the fans that are gonna play the game. The majority of the people. That's who you make the game for. You don't make it for the one. And if we were to have this discussion this way and talk about it coming from a place of reason, a place of truth, a place of compassion, and also, you know, I'm not trying to ruin your game, but I am trying to say, like, this is annoying to everybody, and, you know, maybe let's go forward without this. But I don't know. I don't know. Maybe the game wouldn't change unless it failed like this. Maybe the culture did need this. But I'm just upset that the fact we might not ever get a Dragon Age again. And I think that's a tragedy because it's a really good series. And even this game I would include in that. It's really fun to me. So that's all the Spazmongold talk. Oh, yeah. And another thing to add to that is, Baldur's Gate 3 gets all this praise. Larian gets all this praise. Oh, the great developer. Oh, great game. And now it's going to go on. It got a lot of money because people hyped it up. And it's going to go on to get another Baldur's Gate. And they're going to do the exact same gameplay with the exact same gay characters in it. And nothing will change on that. But this game gets thrown to the garbage can. That's just not fair, man. That's just not fair. And it doesn't make any sense. And these people that want to pretend like they're part of this anti-woke movement, like I hear a lot of these content creators, they are some of the most feminine human beings I've ever heard in my life. They're clearly imposters. They're clearly saying these things because they want to get clicks and views. They're not saying them because they actually believe in them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't convince me that a guy that talks like this is actually anti-woke. Like, come on, dude. What are you trying to kid, man? You're not masculine. You're not. Yeah, just I don't want to say anything offensive because I'm not trying to be offensive right now. I'm trying to be real and I'm trying to say something that makes sense. So let's just all start being who we are and telling the truth instead of misrepresenting things and making arguments that don't make any logical sense, that hurt people that don't have anything to do with what you're arguing against. We just need to do that. And Spazmongold should apologize 1,000%. 1,000%. And he should encourage people to go play the game for themselves and make up their minds for themselves. And he should say, I apologize right now. This game does not force a social agenda down your throat. These are dialogue options I chose, and I created videos and I showed all of those dialogue options because I wanted to make my point, and it was a misrepresentation of the game. And if you want to avoid those dialogue options, you can. That should be in his apology. That's what he should say, and let's move on from there. All right. Now, if you want to keep watching to see the actual gameplay of the game and the actual dialogue that doesn't include any of that um, bullcrap in it, I'm about to fight this pretty cool boss. I don't. She stole griffins, but let's check the time here. We're at 30 minutes exactly. Good deal. All right.
Cauldron, proud warriors forgotten.
Who are you?
Their salvation. The blood offers protection.
Archdemon blood? You're blighting them?
Protecting them. The same blood runs through your veins, Warden. Join with us and honor their future.
I die first!
And this is your tomb.